Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Games That Define Us. We are the Arcade Tokens. I am the anomaly Will Pharaoh.
Khleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living.
Pastor Cloud.
And shout out to Khadeem the Tech God for joining us.
What are those?
These?
Yeah.
Oh, just there's this thing I'm working on, and I needed to have these on deck, so I was like, let's try them out, see how it looks.
Because we are, I mean, that's very futuristic, which is very fitting to today's episode.
Big facts.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, it is. So today we're doing something a little bit different with games that define us. Normally, we bring a game that has defined us from our past. From the realms of Super Nintendo, 64, the first PlayStation, all the way to three. But today we want to do something a little bit different. We wanted to think with all of these new consoles that's about to drop within the next few weeks, with all of these game announcements that we have had and are continuing to come throughout the days, we wanted to see which game that's going to be dropping right now exclusively for PS5 that is going to be a defining game in the future. So we have all went looked at the list of future titles that are coming out, and we have decided which ones we think are going to be the ones that are going to be a defining video game for the culture. So, I always like to let one of our K tokens go. We got Khleo here joining us from the Starship Enterprise, so I think it's only fair that we let him go first before he has to get back to Star Command.
Great pitch. I loved every part of that, Will. Thank you. All right, next gen games coming up. We did see the announcements, and as Will mentioned, we do have both the PS5 on the way out and the Xbox Series X.
Yes.
Series X.
Series S. It's a thing. But as far as gameplay wise, man, there's one game that I am looking forward to the most out of the list, and that is Resident Evil 8 Village. I did enjoy Resident Evil 7. It was a complete departure from what we know as the traditional Resident Evil game. They went in a complete different direction with it being first person instead of being in third person and leading around either Leon Kennedy or the rest of this entourage of people who we've seen in all these games, but we still really don't know what the hell caused all this, the Sherry Burks and all this, Ava Wong and all this other crazy shit. But for Village, though, what I'm very curious about is with new gen technology, what more could they do to really make, the experience of it almost way more immersive? What could they do with the sounds if you do play with headphones on? Which I think for scary games, you should just play with headphones on. I don't think you should play it through the TV speakers. You're not really getting all of the things that I'm sure the developers put into the game to really get your heart bumping and your blood going, man. So Resident Evil 8 is for sure up there for me. This is a direct sequel, of course, to Resident Evil 7, which does not follow the traditional timeline. We're gonna have to deal with Ethan and his crazy ass girlfriend and what maybe she's infected with this time. There's witches, there's werewolves. It seems like they're in Romania somewhere. This is definitely something really, really different. So I'm lined up for this. I want to be scared shitless, so I'm getting ready for this one.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is just, of course, the VR situation for 7, I feel like was pretty big. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, for, the VR version of that was pretty damn scary. I mean, there's obviously putting on the headset and obviously being that immersive. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they can pull next with this game.
I'm definitely down for the VR, but 7 just didn't do it for me. Then every now and then a game does like a change that doesn't work for everybody, and like I like the first person, but just the story with Resident Evil, I liked it. There just being random zombies that you can kill, and it seemed like they kept putting you up against the family, like over and over and over again. You were kind of fighting the same people, at least for the part that I was playing. So I don't know. I've heard nothing but good things about it. It just didn't hit with me, but I'm low-key excited about this one. Like, especially with the VR. Is this available to play without the VR though?
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't even know this is actually for VR yet. I'm saying 7 came out with VR. So, and I'm sure they're gonna go the VR route as well. I'm not sure how soon that's gonna be for the PlayStation 5 or for any of the newer consoles, to be honest with you. But yeah,
They didn't say anything regarding VR for the PS5, did they? They didn't give us anything. Now that I think about it, There was a whole headset and everything for the PS4, but we didn't hear anything.
No, I think they do have the Oculus VR stuff. Because if memory serves me correct, because I think when they were showing like the pre-orders, they had like other things you could buy along with the with like Miles Morales, the controller and stuff like that. But they didn't mention anything like exclusive to VR. But just like as y'all said, it is a different from just the whole zombie thing and everything. But also too, one thing I thought about when I did take a look at 7, when you start to kind of think about it too, it makes sense because we always see what happens when they're chasing this, like being chased by zombies trying to do this and stuff like that. But we never see like what happens to the rest of the world that's now having to deal with this new era of like zombies everywhere. So it's like to see like what society has turned into, especially like what you see in the village. It's like it's a cool little look that to show like what's the difference with just like zombies being everywhere and then like the different people like being experimented on.
This is the sequel to 4, right?
No,
This is
Direct sequel to 7 only.
Oh, really? It's not in Spain?
I have no idea where it takes place.
I don't think it takes place in Spain, but I understand what you're saying, Pat, with the whole village thing, because Resident Evil 4 for sure was on that village type of like setup. So I understand why you said it, but yeah, no, I don't think this has anything to do with 4. This has for sure to do with 7. Biohazard.
You have to know what happened at the end of 7 for this to make sense.
I feel like I'm pretty sure the stories are connected for sure.
Okay.
Between 7 and 8. So.
Regarding VR for PlayStation, as of right now, all we know of is that the PS5 does support the VR system for the PS4. So anything that had VR capability for the previous console, it will be transferred over to the PS5, and we'll see what they do. It would be dope to get something new going, especially with the Five Nights at Freddy's, being released on the PS5 as well. If that could be in VR strictly through the PS5, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be dope.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, shoot, we look forward to seeing exactly what Resident Evil will bring to the table. I think that was a great choice to start off this episode. So normally we do have a guest that is in here, but instead we are letting Khadeem also put in his choice of what he think is going to be a defining game in the future. So Khadeem, if you would like to let us know, which is your game?
Yeah, I mean, my game actually doesn't come out or doesn't take very long. It's gonna be here, next month with everything else. In fact, this game has been talked about for quite some time. It was supposed to come out April of this year, then got pushed back again. But it is Cyberpunk 2077. This is what I'm going with. I'm going with the Cyberpunk. This game is going to be defining. You can say what you want. You can go ahead and put your face as much as you want. Y'all don't get it. Y'all understand how much flack this game has caught because of different things. Listen, we already got gameplay. It's already here. All right, just watch. Watch this real quick. Like this is what we're gonna be playing right now.
I ain't gonna lie. I like as you could have seen Khlеo's face when he first said the title. We all kind of felt the same way. Now, when I was told that you get to make your own character, that's when this got very interesting to me.
Exactly. It's made by the same people that made Witcher 3. Obviously, Witcher 3 is held to a very high standard of video gameplay. Like, it got its own Netflix series. It's won multiple Game of the Years. It's been ported to everything. You can play Witcher 3 on the Switch now. So that being said, CD Projekt Red has been working for this for quite some time, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I really have been looking forward to this game for quite some time because I never really been into big fantasy world type of games, aka Skyrim, Demon Souls. I didn't like the whole old school thing, like the whole anything that happened around the Black Plague. I'm like, these people were idiots. So that being said, something futuristic is always what I went through, or sci-fi and stuff like that, which is why I always loved Fallout. So that idea that it's going to be on some Witcher type, but obviously sci-fi and a lot more futuristic, and so I'm here for it. I've been here for this. I've been waiting on this game.
He getting stuck up in his futuristic Bentley right now.
Hey man,
I mean, it goes down here, bro. Like
it goes down in these streets.
I'm not excited, but I'm definitely gonna buy it. I definitely want to see like what all of the hype is about.
I will be playing this absolutely on the Xbox. it's I have some type of complex when it comes to playing games on consoles supposed to be on. So I'm playing this on the Xbox. You know, they had a they had a Cyberpunk 2077 Xbox come out that you could buy, like an exclusive console. So you know,
I wasn't really into this when it came out, but I'm not even gonna lie. This looks awesome.
I'm telling you, bro,
I'm
the
into it.
storyline. I'm here for this. This is what we need.
You know what's crazy? I just realized what I was thinking aesthetically was steampunk, and I don't like that.
Right.
But
No.
so when he was driving in the car, I was like, that seems kind of like, I don't know, it seems kind of like Jetsonsy. But the just like him driving around the city, I don't know what's happening in this cutscene, but I don't
Right.
know. This is kind of sick. This might be what I try on the Xbox also, because I still haven't decided what. I already know what I'm gonna buy on the PlayStation, but I don't know when I'm gonna get on the Xbox. So
Yeah,
Mine
this
as well.
yeah.
This is not even the actual foot. This ain't even the final render. This is just like this ain't even the finalized version.
Yep.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says work in progress on the top does not represent the final look at the game. So it might even look even better. So all I'm saying is that Cyberpunk 2077, it's been hyped for a very long time. They've been talking about it for a very long time for it to finally come out next month, I believe. I think it comes out damn near almost the same time the Xbox Series X comes out. Like I'm surprised it's not a bundle at this point with it.
Can you
Shout out to
skip
Buttons.
ahead? It's like a 45-minute monologue.
Yeah, let me go to skip it to the actual. It's a 20-minute so this is actually walking around the actual city.
Look,
Let's
I'll
all
say
do it
when we went to E3 this last year, like the marketing behind this game was ridiculous. Like they had one of the biggest installations at E3 at the LA Convention Center. So like they're definitely betting it all on this game being something to, continuously get, I guess, more gameplay out of it in the future, not just a one playthrough thing. So maybe the stories can adapt. I just don't know what it is about it that's not grabbing me because it's all first person. I get that.
No.
But
Oh, is it never going to be a third person view?
yeah,
that's
that's customizing your character.
I think the cutscenes are going to be third person. But I mean that was a huge situation as well. People were, again, they wanted to get this game a lot of flack for a lot of different reasons. That was one of the small things they gave a reason for too. Like, is it ever going to be third person? Why would you have to create a character if you can never see them? So
That's
there
what
was
I didn't
that.
like about Skyrim until I realized you could switch back and forth.
Right, but again, we don't know. Maybe you can go third person. Maybe you can. You know what I mean? We won't know until we play it.
So no multiplayer for this game?
No, I don't think it's all single player from what I understand. I think they might drop a multiplayer later. Like the whole, Final Fantasy 15 was multiplayer, but not many people think about that. So, exactly. So
It might be.
It
Once
might
they
be
decide
eventually.
to open up the world and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But man, like I said, I'm here for it.
Like it's a bunch of, like I know you're showing just, what is this, a 20-minute video of gameplay?
Yeah, this is what they released. They didn't really release much else.
there
So
any shooting?
yeah, let me get to the actual shooting parts. Let me go. There we go.
All right, that's dope. That reminds me of like old school computer games.
Again, because Cyberpunk, this is 2077. I think there was a 1877. Like, this is a long series going on that's been around for a very long time. I didn't know about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is actually not like the 2077 actually means something. Shockingly enough, like it actually means something to the storyline. Let me go look it up. Let's see here.
Because I remember seeing something about like the dude that made this one was like a black guy. So like I went like looked him up, and then they had like other stuff. Like this been going on for like quite some time.
Yeah, Mike Podsmith is the guy's name.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2020 was, huh?
They got you fixing your own car in this game. You taking out the alternator,
The
what?
carburetor
Oh my god!
is a
That's what it is.
yeah. So let's see here. So we have it's a dystopian tabletop role playing game. So this is on some like Dungeons and Dragons type. Cyberpunk started on some Dungeons and Dragons.
What, like
Almost like like a tabletop role playing game.
Oh, it was like physical.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Cyberpunk has been around for that long, where it was literally a tabletop game that you just literally sat around and talked. And yeah. So that being said, man, this game has a lot of legacy behind it. It's not just dropping now. It's been around for quite a long time. So I'm just excited to see it come to life for first time, like this at least.
I'm gonna cop it. It's
I got to. I got to.
I'm down.
Yeah.
yeah. I gotta try it out. Just, and I also know too that like you can upgrade your character like throughout the game, like with different like mechanics and stuff inside of you. So it's just like that's also interesting to see too. So just like that, card design, like weapons design, and then just you know like look like the guy has a robotic hand and he's the sheriff. So it's like it's at least enough to check out and it's enough to hype it up.
I mean, that's a good point. This nigga has a robot hand and he's the cop. Like, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'm sold.
It's a funny selling point, but it's like, okay, I'll buy it.
I'm gonna let y'all ride out on this one, man. I'm gonna definitely wait till all of you get your hands on it before I jump on board with this one. For some odd reason, it just ain't grabbing me.
It looks like there was an option to switch cameras, so it might be like that when you get out of the car too. Did you see that?
Yeah, exactly. So again, that was a huge thing, but I think it'll be third person as well. You can be able to see your player.
Oh snap! He's in Joshua Tree. Is that Joshua Tree? That was crazy.
Could have been. Again, like this game is that really multiverse and that ingrained into the actual. I'm just saying, man. Don't sleep on this game. Do not.
I'm buying it.
Looks
trying to-
good.
Trying to been pushing for quite some time. Like this is exactly the world that I've always wanted to see, and we're getting it finally. So, yeah, that's my game. Games that's going to define a generation or define the next games coming out. Cyberpunk 2077.
That collar.
I just want the jacket. I'll take the jacket.
Jagged dope.
The collar.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a jacket that like the midpoint before we get into wearing like gear like what we see in the movie Tron. You know what I mean? Like with the neon lights, it like literally just becomes a part of the aesthetic of everything we wear. Like this could be lit up just like that in the future. It's kind of crazy, man.
Oh yeah.
That is kinda
Look
cool.
forward to it. So
And he has a robot hand too. I never noticed that. Look at
Yes,
his
he
arm.
does.
and his face too. I think his eye, like this side, is also kind of like that with his eye.
No, that's right.
Yeah. So like again, there's gonna be a lot of upgradables to your actual body, physical upgrades and stuff like that. I'm telling you, I'm gonna see.
I think yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to checking out just what they're gonna have to it. So,
Yeah.
all right, Pat, are you ready to present your game that you think is going to define us in the future?
Yes, sir. Okay, so technically, my game is already out, but I do think that when it comes out on the PS5 and it expands, it's going to take over not only because of the IP itself, but because I think they perfected not only the superhero game, but also the co-op superhero game. And this is Marvel Avengers. I think that this past maybe 5 years, probably starting, I don't know why Batman always starts things off, but starting with the Batman Arkham series is really when for me, superhero games started to pop. Obviously, they had like huge games like Ultimate Alliance, or even games back in the day like Wolverine, that game that Will brought to the series. You know, they had like a couple of games here and there, but I think they really fell into their niche in this past 5 years with the Batman games, and then you know those mechanics were carried over to the recent Spider-Man on PS4, and then it all came together with this game. And I think why this is going to be huge is not only like it's Marvel, like when we were talking about like the movies and the comics, they're killing it in every aspect. So it's crazy how big this game already is and how big it's going to be, because not only are they using these IPs that everybody knows and loves, but they finally perfected it. And if you've never played this game, you basically get to play as a squad. You get Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, and Mrs. Marvel, and
Hulk.
and Hulk. Yes, and Hulk. And you start as like a low level of all of them. You see, like right now, you're like volunteer Thor. You have no armor. You just have like a shirt and some jeans. But they have like all these dope RPG elements where you're upgrading weapons, you're upgrading your skill points to get new moves, you're getting new characters, you're getting armor and different parts of your armor to upgrade in different ways with different perks, and you can literally meet up with your friends, random people on the internet, or bots, and just play these missions together. And why I think that's going to be huge is because in the future, there's an unlimited amount of people and characters that you can add to this roster. So it's just going to keep going. Like the way that Grand Theft Auto found a niche, Fortnite found a niche where they could just keep feeding this beast, until people are uninterested. I think they really, really got that down. And, they're talking about adding Black Panther and Doctor Strange. And not only that, the DLC opportunities for campaign is crazy because if it's an original story, you damn near have a rough script for another movie. So these things can feed into each other. And there have been a couple of video game plot lines where I'm like, yo, I need to see the movie version of this because the writing was so on point. So I just feel like between the campaign additions that they can keep adding to this and the multiplayer infinite opportunities that we get, I definitely think that this is going to be huge. And not to mention all of the other formats, the other IPs that can kind of copy this format. That's like, there's a lot of, anytime somebody gets it right in gaming, you see like 30 more games just like that come out. So DC could do this with like the Justice League. We can get a version of this with the Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? Like any group game, it's like just copy paste. If you could get an upgradable Ninja Turtle game or Power Rangers game where you could upgrade the armor and run around and do stuff together, like you could just copy paste that with everything that we love and we would play it. So I'm super excited for this game. I think this is definitely going to change everything.
Yeah.
We've all had the opportunity to play this game, man, and it did live up to the hype. I'll give it that. It definitely lived up to the hype, and like Pat mentioned, the amount of characters that Marvel can just roll in, like literally just make everything a DLC character. F it, F it. Every quarter, try to release maybe a new campaign. Maybe every 2 quarters, maybe half a year. Every single 6 months, we get a brand new campaign to play in this game. We don't need a Marvel Avengers 2. We can literally just keep running different missions and different characters, different stories. You might as well.
Right.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this, what they continue to expand with this one, man. Because for Square Enix to be behind this game, which is of course the company behind Final Fantasies, like they took a risk, in my opinion, going into this department because this is not like what they're known for.
Right.
But yes, teaming up with Marvel had a vision of what they wanted their video game to be like, and they nailed it. I'm sorry, like these characters, the original campaign story already with the Inhumans, I believe that's who's involved with this one. It's dope, bro. So yeah, I can understand why going into the next gen of consoles, we just want to see more of this.
Yeah, I think this is a great way, like you said, a great selection of a game to pick that is defining because I think this is like really responsible for a lot of folks that didn't really game like that to start gaming again. I can't tell you how many people, like especially like for us, like we know a lot of comedians that have like are normally
Right.
like huge like Madden, NBA 2K or like Call of Duty just heavy or haven't even touched the console at all, but to hear them like have group chats and go like, yo, y'all trying to avenge tonight? It's just amazing, and it's just literally it's like there's no greater feeling than teaming up with your friends, playing some of your favorite characters, and just in this style of like the possibilities and just are still open because it's just like you said, even like the more characters are coming, like if they're gonna add like combos you can do with your friends, like Cap throwing Thor the shield and him hitting it with the hammer and stuff like that. Like you said, the possibilities are endless. So this is just an amazing game.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, and everybody can get with superheroes. That's the one thing. Like if you look at the gameplay, obviously we've all played Final Fantasy. It's very similar. Like even down to the look of the level and the robots and everything. It looks very similar. It's almost like the Final Fantasy remake was a test for this because they don't typically do this. So if you're not into the Final Fantasy characters, so you wouldn't like play that, because you're not familiar, everybody can get with this. So there's a lot of people, like Will said, jumping into gaming because it's like who doesn't want to be Thor and just like and hang out with your friends as superheroes, just kicking ass. So yeah, I think that they kind of just got it right with the right IP. Marvel Avengers is one of the biggest movies ever, and now they got the game down. So it's like there's nothing that they can't do right now.
We know that Hawkeye is going to be a DLC character. We know Spider-Man is for sure coming. It is crazy when you mentioned the fact that this could have been Final Fantasy could have been the test to be able to roll this out. I'm just now remembering at E3 that their installations, their booths were right next to each other. They were the Final Fantasy's little Midgar was right there in the entrance, and then right to the right of that was the Avengers like locker room where it had all of their costumes. And I'm like, and that's what I enjoy about stuff like this. Like it's really about the ride you take us on as consumers. Like knowing that we got to see it at E3 for the first time, and here we are months later getting a chance to really get our hands on it for the very first time. I remember what it was like when I wanted to get inside just to play the game, and I'm just looking at the costumes in real life, and now boom, we're in, and we avenged. We was destroying everything. Like Hulk is low key OP in this game, in my personal opinion.
So fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think these are so that was a great game to definitely bring. I think that will be one of the defining games into the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with mine. This was a game I think if you are a fan of this franchise, it's something you've wanted, it's something you've asked for, and I think they couldn't have done a better way of rolling it out of how it's about to be. If you are a fan of Harry Potter, we have now got ourselves a video game. Now I know now they have had some other video games in the past, like the Quidditch game and stuff like that, but no, just keeping with the same aesthetic, like you said, Marvel Avengers, Cyberpunk. They have given us an open world with the Hogwarts Legacy game. Now you're not going to be playing as no known character. You're not playing as Harry. You're not playing as Ron. You are playing as yourself. You create your character. You create your legacy. All of us have always, if you're a fan of the arcade tokens, you've seen us go at it about housing selections. Where are you going to be? Who are you? Like, you already know 3 of the tokens are Ravenclaws and I'm Gryffindor. So, of course, I got the best one. But, hey, I still fuck with these guys so much, be hanging out in the Owlery all the time with the boys. But you get to find out exactly where you go from the housing selection, building out how you want to be. Do you want to be a defense against the dark arts person? Do you want to be a potions master? Do you want to learn all kind of different things? And they haven't even shown us all the possibilities from when the winter time hits. Like Christmas time at Hogwarts is just amazing. And so it's just like seeing just these layouts and what's to come. It's like, this is what we've been waiting for.
Wow. When you say Christmas time, are you talking about when you play the game, the story hits Christmas, or you're talking about like literally when it's Christmas time, they change Hogwarts?
I think that I don't like they're actually gonna show in here. Like I remember seeing something to where they show it like snowing, like they changed the actual weather in this game.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Christmas time and always in Harry Potter movies are always something went down during Christmas time. They always made sure to every year, every movie there was something about Christmas time. So they would not leave that out for sure. They're for sure gonna do something with it.
And this is pre Harry Potter, right? This is way
back. This is in the 1800s, so this is way before. Like this is when everything was still. To be honest with you, it was more. The world was more magical than it was Muggle based. So that just opens up all kind of different opportunities for us. Like you see with the more fantastic beasts that we're going to run into, the different chambers that we may find, the different types of magics we may discover.
That's 3 black characters that we just saw, like off rip.
Yeah.
Like, boom, here. I'm like, yes.
They know what they're doing.
Bro, yeah. Dragons.
I'm so scared of this game, to be honest. Like,
why, bro? Tell us.
I feel like you can't tell 4 people like us that, okay, we're coming out with a Harry Potter game where you can make your own character and hang around in and around Hogwarts. Because now our mind is like, all right, boom, we're going to do the sorting hats. We're going to be different. We're going to be hanging out, taking classes. We're going to be leaving Hogwarts and doing all that stuff. So our minds are going to be going crazy until 2021. So if it drops and it's just not that, I really need this game to be.
Oh
be
yeah.
good. Yeah.
I really want this.
I hope who's making this game, Khadeem?
Port
I know it's Portkey Games, and then of course WB Games as well. So yeah,
I don't see Warner Brothers logo, but I'm like, why they have to be making this game?
yeah, Warner Brothers. Yeah, it says in the beginning. Hold on, let me go back to the beginning trailer of it. But for sure,
I truly hope. I just truly hope that they are listening to the fans when we say like what's happening, because like even some of the stuff that they didn't show, like you can leave ride a hippogriff. So it's just like, yo, all the things that we're thinking of, like we haven't even seen like the Quidditch match. What was the other one? Oh, the Tri-Wizard Cup. If that's gonna be in this game.
my thing is this also that I feel like we're kind of missing out. Time wise, like if Dumbledore could be around at this time, right? Like this is a possibility, correct? I don't know how old Dumbledore is.
Yeah. Honestly, I think you could run into Tom Riddle's family.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how close can we get to
dope.
to the storyline of what we know about Harry Potter? You know what I mean? Like that's more what I'm looking forward to is see where it connects at.
I'm so glad. That's so much cooler than running into like Harry and Ron and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like again, let's just build our own legacy at the same time and connect certain things together. On we can kind of see the prequel of certain things.
Right. I'm looking online because I was very curious about when the Fantastic Beasts, which are the prequel movies to the Harry Potter films, when those take place. The first Fantastic Beasts film takes place in 1927.
Yeah.
So you have a young Dumbledore, you have a young Grindelwald, you have a maybe late 20s Newt Scamander. So we
So
still.
this would be right before all that because it said late 1800s.
Yeah, late 1800s. So I mean, it's close, but I don't know. It's still
then that means Dumbledore is a kid in here. So that means he's a student.
He could be a student. He could be a
He
student.
might be a student in here.
Be a classmate.
Yeah. Yo, young Dumbledore. He still got a beard.
Young Dumbledore.
Right? But I just think about it too, like what other like who might be like the villains of this? Because like we've always been like centered around like Voldemort, and then we're kind of like
The
into, like,
Dementors and everything.
Yeah, so it's just like who like as you can see right here, like who are gonna be the villains of like the dark arts in this time?
Right.
I never saw the movie, the prequel to Harry Potter, the Fantastic Beasts. Who was the enemy in that?
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald, that's Dumbledore's boyfriend.
So it's too early for that too, right?
Yeah, they will be kids.
Be before
So
that, yeah.
they would both be here, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the only like hardcore like series that I've seen that the fans are actually happy that the creator isn't a part of it. I've never really seen that before.
Yeah, man.
I mean, because she made it to where, like, what's crazy about it and kind of unfortunate for her, she's made it to where you no longer really need the story of the books to create it yourself. Like, after you're done with that, you make the fan fiction. So it's just kind of like people like nobody needs to know how many house cups like Gryffindor made, but you keep going with it and you think about it. It's like, yo, what would they be doing now? Like, what would we be doing if we were there? So it's just like the aesthetic, the format, she created it so perfect that it was like, yo, it don't require your input anymore.
That's wild.
Then like she created it. This was her baby, and then it got so big to the point where she ain't in control of it at all.
The universe. Well, she should have been tripping, but should have just stuck to writing about wizards and magic.
Oh my god! I just thought about this. What if you get a dragon?
Yeah, I think I saw the. Didn't he pet a dragon in the?
Yeah, like
Dragon.
yeah, like
I mean, like, well, remember we all took the sorting test. We all took the sorting test, right? Remember, like, what animal you can bring with you? Either it's a cat, or either it was a frog, or either it's an owl. Like, that might all be part of the create a character.
Oh, your Patronus charm too. Learning how to do that.
Yeah. So I'm sure they're gonna do that. I'm sure they're gonna do pretty much the same way we did that test. The same way they're gonna set you up for where you're gonna be placed.
So we need to make this decision now, way early. Let's make this decision now, and let's make it a pact. When we take our tests in the Hogwarts Legacy game and we get sorted into whatever house we sorted in, is that the house that we are in forever?
No, that's more realistic. I mean, I'm
Okay.
kind of hoping for Ravenclaw because I already made the commitment, but
Facts.
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
stick to it.
I feel like this is it. Like this would probably mean more than an online test because it's like you in Hogwarts now. Like you
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
Hogwarts.
I agree. But hey, and also to that point too, if you are truly a Ravenclaw, it will lead into this game.
I'm excited about dumb stuff like taking classes and hanging out in Diagon Alley and shopping and stuff. Picking
I'm the same way. I'm excited to go see like what y'all houses look like. Like what does like Ravenclaw's like house where y'all chill look
the
like?
dorms.
Yeah, like what do the dorms look like? Like you say y'all in the Owlery and stuff like that. Like what do y'all's look like? Because they never really you see Gryffindors, which is it's okay. They common room is okay. Slytherin's is kind of dope, but it's like we didn't see Ravenclaw's common room or like Hufflepuff's common room. So what do y'all stuff look like?
Right. Man.
So don't want to rain on our parade, but just look this up as far as Dumbledore's age during the Fantastic Beasts films. He's 46,
Oh, wow.
Hey. Perfect.
and
That
his
actually
birth
works.
year, his birth year though is 1881. So he
That's-
could be like 9 or 10
He
at
should,
No,
again,
could
it
be
says
19.
exactly. It says late 1800s. It never gives you the actual year. So
He could be-
late
he could be a
1800s.
student. He
Yeah,
could be
he
a
could
student.
still be there.
Probably an older student, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a chance that Dumbledore will be there.
How old are freshmen at Hogwarts? Are they like?
That's
12,
a-
13?
because it's a 4-year school, right?
I want to. Yeah, but they go at like 13.
I think 13. I
Hella
think
young.
13, and you probably get to 17, 18. 13, yeah, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, so you would almost be 17, 18 leaving.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of other formats that could work like this, and I feel like just to the point of this being a game that defines us, I hope they get this right because if they could get a dope format of you in a school for something and then doing stuff in and around the school, they should open this up to anime. You could every anime is about a little crazy special kid in school. So you could literally run this with the Ninja Leaf Village. You could do My Hero Academia. You could literally do Black Cloak. You could do every single anime that has a school with this format, and that would be sick.
I'm
You already
trying
got
to
the
think.
name. The
Yeah.
name is perfect. So like I can only imagine Netflix is probably gonna look at this and be like, yeah, we should
Yeah.
we should call WB and ask them about that.
I'm trying to think if there was any games that have. I mean, there's other games that, of course, create a character is nothing new, but obviously something that's this big
Yeah.
that lets you create a character is something
But
we've never seen.
I don't think there's been anything as big that you've been excited about to create a character.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing this big.
Yeah, like Grand Theft Auto, cool, because you're in the city. That's a dope aesthetic. That's fine, but that's very common.
Right.
Yes.
This is so because it's like so much stuff is in here that now you get to go explore and you just want to know what'll be open. Like, is the Chamber of Secrets active? Can you go down there?
There's
The
so
room of
many options.
requirement in this mug.
The room of requirement. Can we go into Dumbledore's office? Can you use the fountain? Like, there's so many things like that's just like it's like, and you get to create your person.
Yep.
So it's like you're experiencing it.
And I'm sure there's a lot of things that are hidden in these books that, of course, I don't think any of us have read every single book, right? Like,
Right.
we haven't done that, but they're okay. Well,
Have you?
Damn,
All
go
of them?
ahead.
All right. Well. That being said, that being said, I feel like there's a lot of things that are even written in those books that small little
never-
detail. Yeah, no, small little details around the damn Hogwarts and stuff like that you would only know if you read the book and be able to go to a certain area and interact with something, and something else happens just because. Like the small little Easter eggs and fan service around this game, it's gonna be unbelievable. That's really what's gonna do it for me.
Oh, matter of fact, when did Rowena Ravenclaw? When did her daughter die?
Let's go find out. Listen, man, we've all
Ooh.
dreamed of getting that acceptance letter dropped off in our mailbox.
God,
And
I
now-
hope it started off like that.
Now we get a game.
I hope
That's
that's
how it starts, and you get to do the flying car.
right, dude. Oh no, you go to the train station? You gotta
Oh,
go
yes.
do 9 and
9
3/4.
There you
course.
go. The train. That. Please.
Yo.
Give me the train.
trolley.
Hey, you know what would be dope? You know how in Spider-Man when you're swinging around, random like police crimes go off that you can do or not do?
Yeah.
It'd be dope if we were like in Hogwarts and there'd just be like things that popped up, like there's a troll in the bathroom, or like, well, remember when that happened? Like there was like that
Troll.
giant ogre thingy, and it just randomly happened. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be dope if just like random, like a dragon is landing.
Sparring session in the courtyard, like somebody challenges you, like, "Hey, how's your wand skills?" And you can battle in the courtyard.
Yep. Here for all of it.
Taking potions.
As
When-
far as
yeah.
Helena Ravenclaw, she died anywhere between 1996 and the year 1000, so she been dead.
1996.
Oh, excuse me, 996.
Oh, I was
Oh.
like, damn, that was
My
a
bad.
long time period.
Yeah. Oh, so she's been gone for quite some time. So, yeah. that's
And
not
that was a
bad.
daughter, right?
That's the daughter, Helena.
So that they'll be in. Oh yeah, because I'm thinking about the ghost that's gonna be in there too.
Yep.
It's dog. We're gonna lose our freaking minds when it's available to download. I know all of us. I'll talk to you in like 2 days. We'll talk. We'll figure. It's
Oh
gonna
no, wait till this go online and we can interact with each other.
be-
Yo, you don't think it's coming out online?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's like I would.
I mean, they haven't given us much details about it. So maybe it will, maybe it won't. You know, maybe.
But that would be smart because, like, to be honest with you, this is technically like yo Grand Theft Auto, and it's just like you just keep expanding on it. Like, imagine if it was just like open to Hogwarts, but then like the new DLC is like the Forbidden Forest, and you can now go through there and stuff like that. The new Chamber of Secrets is open, or you can go, like you said, Diagon Alley, Hogsmeade, all of those things. Like the Quidditch thing, like they bring Quidditch now into it. Like there's so many different like opportunities for them to continue expanding on this to where it just becomes even more dope for online play.
Yeah, they always been that thing about turning games into a service, which is a discussion for another day. So, but yeah, turning games into more of a service than it is sequels and all that other type of stuff.
Right.
So,
Dog, the Triwizard Cup online though with your friends.
If you go online to their website, there's these sentences that keep appearing and disappearing, and I guess because this whole thing is about defining who you are in the lore of the Harry Potter universe. So, for instance, the Hufflepuff who mastered herbology, it's gonna disappear. Then another one's gonna come up. The Slytherin who soars with hippogriffs, another one's gonna come up in a second. The one who defies dragons. What's next? The Gryffindor who grapples with grap horns. I'm in for that one. The Befriender of Beasts. And then I think this is the last one on the list. It says the Ravenclaw who dared to discover.
That's definitely Khleo.
The Potioneer who mixes with precision.
That is
Okay.
Khadeem.
All right. And that's it. Those are all the things that, you can probably build on in this universe, man. This is it's a dream come true for video game guys like us, man. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I see us definitely turning this into just a arcade token series, just off of this.
I'm in.
That is crazy. So basically, what they're saying is like by the time Harry Potter comes around, your character would be in that lore that built the school.
Yeah,
Bingo.
you'd be a
Those
legacy
books.
already.
That's
Which is cool because there's so much like if you like because I listen to like Dumbledore talk a lot, and what it seems like is it was a lot of stuff going on before Voldemort got there. Like it was already a lot of stuff going down before this. So it's just like to know like what is the aesthetic of the late 1800s of Hogwarts. Like we saw what was going on with Hogwarts in Harry's time. What's going on in this time and how is that?
it was never peaceful up until Voldemort.
It was like different aspects of like dark times. It'd be like dark times, kind of that little space, and then something brewing. But like Azkaban is built for some reason, and it ain't just because Voldemort got there.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the facts page on the Hogwarts Legacy joint, and it says, can players choose and switch their Hogwarts houses in Hogwarts Legacy? Players can choose their Hogwarts house at the start of Hogwarts Legacy. We'll have more details to share at that time. Choose is a very interesting thing to put there. Choose. So you may just get the chance to just flat out just
Oh.
You may.
they
Hold on,
wouldn't
I don't want to
do that.
ruin it.
They
Let's not ruin it. Let's hope they don't do that to us. We don't want to choose. Leave it to random.
Go.
You wouldn't show the thing of the hat getting put on for you to decide that, and you wouldn't have a test already that allows us to do that stuff. There's no way. That's gonna be the choice. You gotta go through the test again.
Okay, you know what? I'll leave it at this. At the same time, everyone that did that test, right? You had to sign in with your account, correct?
Right.
You have to make an account for that website. Maybe you just have to sign in.
Maybe we already did it. It transfers over.
Maybe it's easy. It's an easy swap. It's an easy thing. It's a login password, email password. You're in.
But are they tied with them though? Because they would want you to sign in with your PSN. Account.
No, it's Wizardly what? Where did we go to that website?
But are they affiliated with the video game though?
It says it, but when you started, hold on, Wizardly World.
Creating Games does do that, and it's weird. They make you like sign in from your PlayStation.
Yeah.
The 2 confirmed locations outside of just Hogwarts Castle, the Forbidden Forest, and Hogsmeade Village. Both confirmed.
What's Hogsmeade Village?
The one they go to on Christmas.
The one they be out there drinking the butterbeer at.
Ooh, okay.
And old boy was snogging old girl in the corner back there getting a little frisky.
Mm-hmm. When he went to go find out with his parents.
Hold on. Well, it says it right here as soon as you start it up. Warner Brother Games, and then boom, Wizardly World.
Yep. Boom. That's it. Yep.
Wizardly World is the website you go to do your Harry Potter test.
There you go. Yep.
I guess
that's all that.
We are what we is what it is.
We don't know yet though. We don't know yet.
We don't know, but at the same time, there is a possibility of just a login password. You're back into your own account.
I mean that's fair. I mean, to be honest,
I like that.
That's fair. But you know, it's also cool too because then that allows them for like Wizardly World for them people to go to the website to get more stuff done too.
Yep. So I'm here for it, man. I'm glad that all this is happening.
Hopes for the game. We gon' see.
Yes, indeed.
This needs to come out. They need to push the date.
Right.
On drop day, as soon as the new console's out, put it out.
Yep.
Right. Just put it out. Don't put nothing else out. Just put this out.
Listen, man, we got plugs at Warner Brothers, bro. We got plugs. Hey, I'm gonna do what I can to get us in there, bro. Let's get some early beta testing. As soon as I get the call, we rolling. We gotta get in there for this. We have.
Even if there's no color yet.
Right. Hit us with the renders. Hit us with the claymation format.
Just give us that alpha. Don't even give us a beta. Just give us the alpha. Give us that first.
I didn't know you had that.
Your character.
You got that for animation as well?
Ancient secret. Yo, did anyone read this? The definition of the game? Have any of us read this?
The definition?
Or excuse me, the synopsis?
I did. I just read it right. I'll put it back up on the screen. Hold on.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'll put it back on so everyone can read it together. Hold on.
Go ahead and read it first, Khleo.
Experience Hogwarts in the 1800s. Your character is a student who holds the key to an ancient secret that threatens to tear the wizarding world apart. You have received a late acceptance to the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and soon discover that you are no ordinary student. You possess an unusual ability to perceive and master ancient magic. Only you can decide if you will protect this secret for the good of all or yield to the temptation of more sinister magic.
There's a good and evil aspect?
Oh, damn.
You wouldn't think they would make you choose?
No!
Like Slytherin. Like, no, people become Death Eaters. Like, yeah. But now that makes these sentences even more understood. Because, bro, imagine being evil and controlling dragons. Oh,
the one who defies dragons.
I'm gonna need you guys
to keep... beast, but you a bad guy?
I'm gonna need you guys to keep my head on straight.
It's the demon word about
take this whole school down.
Whipping up potions and shit.
Yeah, never lost. Never lost.
The never lost charm?
Never lost.
All right. Well, this is the probably gonna be one of the most difficult segments.
Oh, we're doing this?
Yeah, we're doing this.
Why? No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is happening.
We haven't played some of these games.
Exactly. That's fine. You know. You already know how to play this. So this is play, download, delete, and obliterate.
Jesus.
Four excellent titles.
What was Kleo's?
Resident
Evil.
Ugh.
Yeah, no. It's all right. We know. We all know. We're all playing. We're all, without a doubt, playing Harry Potter. Download, I guess, Cyberpunk, and
Hey,
then delete Resident Evil.
What you
Wait,
obliterate?
you're obliterating Marvel?
Oh shit.
Now you might want to step back and think about this for a second.
I gotta obliterate Cyberpunk, even though it looks exciting. That's the one I haven't come to contact with, and then I gotta delete Resident Evil just because it's the sequel of the one I didn't like, and then I'm downloading Marvel. And you gotta play Harry Potter.
There you go. Agreement.
I'm gonna of course play Harry Potter. I am going to download Cyberpunk because I'm very interested, especially if it's gonna be third person view. I'm gonna delete Avengers just because it's already out. I have played it, and it's sad for itself. So just for the purpose of this, and I'm gonna obliterate Resident Evil just because I don't like that game.
None of them?
Nah, like it's just like when I played 2 and the fact that the ammunition for a pistol I needed was under a register in the ice cream shop, I was like, fuck this game.
Not only that, you probably only got 3 bullets in that box.
I just, bro, like I get it. I understand the franchise. No disrespect to it. It has its legacy. Just, man.
It's not the game if you want to mow down zombies. You know what I mean? It's super weird in the sense they will give you 2 shotgun shells and 7 pistol bullets for like 30 zombies, and you just got to make it work.
Look,
And
God.
one don't take him down. Like it was like I shot him in the head with a shotgun. He's still up.
oh yeah,
It's
they put a price on fear. That's what I said. Resident Evil has done. They put a price. Like I keep saying it. They can literally buy DLC, unlock everything, and have unlimited ammo. It's just like, okay, so what's the point?
True.
What's the point now?
That's
exactly. Yes, they put a price on that. I guess I'll go with mine. Oof, this is tough. I am going to play Hogwarts. Man, it's too good. It's too good. Possibilities are endless there. Cyberpunk obviously getting downloaded. I think I'm going the same exact route. Oof. Yeah, I'm gonna have to delete Marvel Avengers and then Resident Evil 8 gotta go. I don't like where Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil's even going now. Even 3 wasn't that great. The remake of 3 was like 8 hours of a game.
We beat that in a day.
I didn't even play the remake of 3.
That's what I'm saying. Nemesis was like 8 hours.
You like 4 or 5?
I love 4. 4 is my favorite. I've beaten 4.
Could play 4 on like literally 3 different consoles.
Yeah.
He just keeps playing. I'm like, why do you keep playing and beating it?
Which one?
It's
GameCube, Wii?
I played it on the PS2. I played it on the I think I played it on the Wii, and then I played it on the PS4. So yeah,
Okay.
I love Resident Evil 4. I love it. It's a great game. It's even on the Switch right now. I could literally get it right now on the Switch.
5 is good too.
It was like Christmas break for the family like 3 years ago. And the whole family just literally just sat in our living room with the big screen and just Khadeem played the entire game. We just sat there and watched them play. We just saw them. We just watched them beat the game.
That's a hilarious Christmas game because it's so scary.
Right? Around a nice little fire, just playing Resident Evil 4.
It's a good game, man. It's a great game. They from 3 to 4 they made a huge jump and it's incredible. So, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but there y'all have it. That has been another episode of Games That Define Us. I think these are 4 games that not only for ourselves are going to be defining, but I think for anybody that is not a gamer, that is a gamer, that's a moderate gamer, this is pretty much the time to come on back to a good old friend in video games. It's got a lot more options for you, and we can't wait to welcome y'all. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure that you hit the like button on this video. Make sure that you subscribe and you turn the notifications so whenever we're doing something going live or anything premieres, you will be the first to know and you don't miss out. Shout out to Khadeem the Tech God for always holding us down. We have been the Arcade Tokens. I'm the Anomaly Will Pharaoh.
Leo Thomas, Mr. Slick Live.
Patrick Cloud.
And we will catch you next time.